If you've been a family scapegoat and you have been silenced, and you have had trouble speaking up for yourself for most of your life, just know that you were born to be a leader. And at some point, you're not going to be able to keep up that people-pleasing facade, because that's really what it is at the end of the day. That's something that we have to face. We have to do the shadow work. And within the shadow work, you will find that the people-pleasing version of you, that's not the real you. You're wearing a mask. Hello, YouTube. I know it's a bit of a weird way to start off a video, me shaking a cream of nature hair lotion bottle, but I am moisturizing my hair because this is a get ready with me. I already put some lotion on the back and I was midway through and I'm like, hold on, let me just do this on camera, let me make money off of me just moisturizing my naps. And then I'm going to put on makeup and I'm just gonna be chit-chatting with y'all in this video. Watch if you're interested, click out if you're not. In this get ready with me, I wanted to talk about when the family scapegoat speaks up. When the family scapegoat finally speaks their mind. When the family scapegoat finally stands up for themselves against the family who always consistently bullies and belittles them because it was just a part of the family system. And this scapegoat, 9 times out of 10, did not deserve the bullying and the disrespect. They just simply were too kind and too empathetic for their own good, and they were a bit of a people pleaser. Well, actually not a bit, but was severely and seriously a people pleaser to their detriment, right? The hair needs shape. I don't even talk about it. We ain't gonna talk about it. I need a professional cut, okay? I did this cut myself, and yeah, we need a professional cut. But the reason why I'm making this video is because as somebody who was the family scapegoat and who was the black sheep, OMG, gotta wash my hands. I gotta wash my hands. Okay, so the reason why I am making this video is because in the past I have been confrontational when people have been disrespectful towards me, but not always in the best way. So many times I was confrontational in the wrong way. And what I mean by that is I would sometimes wait until the last minute to express my disappointment. Somebody would just outright disrespect me, right? Like in a way that I didn't deserve. And instead of just straight up telling them off in the moment, I would keep it to myself and let it build up and build up and build up and fester and become angrier and angrier and hold on to a grudge. And then finally say something when it clearly is too dang late, and I would end up looking crazy and looking stupid. I can't believe I left my damn mirror in the bathroom, right? So I've done that many times where I would know that the person was disrespectful and that I felt some type of way, and instead of saying something, I would hold it inside and then confront them at the last minute or something along those lines, right? But not this morning, okay? Because being the family scapegoat, a lot of the times you're conditioned to feel that your voice has no value and that you don't deserve to stand up for yourself. And so, and a lot of the times when you did try to stand up for yourself against like the verbal abuse and the condemnation and everything, you would a lot of the times get judged like really, really, really harshly for it. And this happens quite often in the family scapegoat kind of dynamic, right? Pretty much I had a coworker who aggressively came up to me about 15 minutes late to her shift, and she was like going off on me, like had a bad attitude, and just spoke to me in a very disrespectful way. And it was uncalled for, it was unprofessional, and it was disrespectful, and I didn't deserve it. So I was angry. She could tell I was angry, but I didn't go off on her. I didn't say much to her. I just was angry. I slammed the door when I walked away, and that she knew then. Okay, I pissed off the nice girl. Because although I see myself as a woman, because I look so young and sometimes I can be a little bit like quiet and reserved, I come across like kind of young to some people. Like some people think that I am 21, 22. Like a lot of the times when I talk to people, they be like, oh, I thought you was in your early 20s. And I'm like, no, I'm 28. I'm about to turn 29. Literally, I think next month. Oh my gosh. Next month is April. Okay, I literally turned 29 next freaking month. That is crazy. And so, anyway, the woman came at me sideways. This older white lady that I work with. She came at me sideways. And I just knew that she came at me sideways because I'm a nice person. She didn't come at me sideways because I actually did anything wrong. She came at me sideways because she felt that she could get away with it. She didn't. She didn't. The next morning, which was this morning, I said, I want to talk to you for a second. So before she clocked in and started her shift, I had a little talk with her. And I said to this woman, I said, I was very angry for the way that you spoke to me. The first thing that came out of my mouth was, I can't remember exactly how I said everything, because when I talk, I be going off. Like, I wasn't going off, but I was like really talking. Like I was really getting it out. And I said to her, I said, I'm not a doormat. That was one of the first things I said out of my mouth. And then she like froze because she didn't really expect that, you know, because like I said, a lot of the times at jobs, I'm very quiet and reserved. You know, don't get me wrong. There's been, I will goof off. I will goof off. Like, I'm not always quiet. It's just dependent on the type of job and the environment and the people. Sometimes I can be quiet and reserved. Other times I'm a little bit more extroverted. It just depends. But, you know, around this particular person who I don't really quite trust, like, it's just, we all know them coworkers that we kind of just don't trust, and we don't really have a particular reason why. It's just their vibes, you know. And she can be really nice, but it's her vibes that make me feel like I just can't trust her. Like, my intuition is very strong. Whenever I have an intuitive nudge to keep my distance from somebody, even if they ain't do nothing, it always proves that my intuition was right. Like, so many times I've had these feelings towards people, all different kinds of people, y'all. Black, white, male, female, so many different people. My intuition would tell me, go towards that person, stay away from that person. And every time I would ignore my intuition, I would regret it, right? So my intuition be telling me, don't tell her too much of your business, like that kind of thing. So anyway, y'all, this woman had me effed up. Like, this woman had me effed up because she came at me aggressively. I don't even really want to get into the details of the situation because that would just drain me. It really doesn't matter. All that matters is she came at me sideways over something that partly was her fault. And that's what I told her. I said, had you been here on time, you would have been able to do this thing that you feel like I was supposed to have done. You know, I was supposed to have been done, had clocked out. But you was late. So you was late to relieve me. You know, so you projecting your, poor work ethic onto me. And I'm not dealing with that. Because when I'm at work, I do everything that I need to do and more. You know what I'm saying? So you're not going to do this. It's just mistreatment, right? So I stood up for myself. And I'm very proud of myself because So many times in the past, I would wait, like I said in the beginning of this video, I would wait and wait and wait and hold on to a grudge. Like past Sydney would have been like, I'm just gonna let it go, I'm just gonna let it go. Oh my goodness, y'all, I'm thinking about the whole interaction with this woman who be coming in late. Too many times to count. I have been, oh my god, y'all, doing Get Ready With Me is hard. I'm gonna have to use this and be like, no, you know, use that as my mirror. But I don't even like that. I don't even like this mirror, not at all. It's streaked up. Anyways, too many times to count, I have been passive, like way too freaking passive with people, and like pretty much letting them walk all over top of me. Because when you are a victim of narcissistic abuse, and not just with family, but like for me, when you don't heal from narcissistic abuse with your parents and your family, you're going to attract that in your romantic relationships. You know, you're going to attract narcissists, you're going to attract narcissistic partners and narcissistic friends and narcissistic coworkers. Oh my god, that was me in the past, because I hadn't quite healed and I hadn't quite learned all the lessons I needed to learn when it came to dealing with narcissists, right? It was something that I didn't do with a narcissistic family that I guess I was supposed to have done. So I attracted a job surrounded by narcissists. I was just surrounded by unfairness, you know, and I'll be watching Aaron Doughty, he be talking about that, like, you know, you attract what is familiar until you learn how to, you know, until you learn what you need to learn from it. Like, so if you grew up in a unfair household where you were the scapegoat, and every time you would try to speak your mind, you weren't allowed to, and you were mistreated, and the person that mistreated you was the person that was treated better by everybody, right? The person that would always treat you like you were a nobody, pretty much. They would be exalted, and then you would be condemned, right? And so then you attract a job that is the same way, where the person who is disrespectful and does things that are unprofessional or inappropriate, they get exalted, and they never get into trouble. They always have somebody to back them up while they do things that are unfair. And every time you speak up, and this has happened to me, oh my gosh, it's so crazy how you attract what you haven't healed from, right? And so the same exact thing that happened with the family, being the scapegoat, and every time I speak out against the mistreatment, I get more condemnation, more judgment, you know, all of that. And you know, the person who is the narcissist who's targeting you, and you pretty much just keeping to yourself, you know, they get this support, right? And the same thing happened at the next job that came once I left that dynamic. Was I had this supervisor who was very disrespectful, because, you know, she'll only be disrespectful towards the younger coworkers because she felt that we were easy targets, and I was one of the younger ones, right? And I went to the manager above her, and then I went to the manager above that manager, because that manager, the supervisor and the manager, both were unfair. They both were narcissistic. They both needed to bully you and talk down to you to make themselves feel like they had the power, right? Same dynamic. And then when I would go to manager above manager, then then all these people were like, there's nothing wrong with the supervisor, there's nothing wrong with the manager, you know. Pretty much I just felt like they either swept what I would say under the rug when I tried to find balance and speak up against the unfairness and speak up against the injustice. That's what it is injustice, okay? That's all it is, right? Injustice in the home, and then you get a job. Injustice in the workplace. The kind people, the younger people, are treated like crap because they're young and because they're kind, and just freaking chaos. Also, something that I forgot to mention when I was doing that Get Ready With Me is that once you finally realize that you deserve better than the negative way that the people have treated you at the job or wherever it is, you stop attracting it, right? So I told myself the next job that I work, I'm not going to be treated like that. I'm not going to be treated like a child, like how I was treated at this job. Instead, I'm going to have more power. I'm going to interact with more kind people. And so I manifested that. I told myself no more. And I learned a lot of lessons working that other job with all the power imbalances and what, I don't know, the injustice, whatever you call it, power imbalance, I guess you could call it that. With all of that, I learned a lot of lessons. And one of the biggest lessons for me was that I didn't have to deal with that crap, that I didn't deserve it, and that I needed an environment where there was a lot more support and where there was a sense of community rather than every man for himself and, you know, women gossiping about each other and trying to turn each other against each other. And that was the dynamic at that library job that came right after I left home. That was the next job. Right after I left that narcissistic home, I moved right into a narcissistic job that was literally the same. And it wasn't until I realized what was missing, that's when I was able to manifest better. And I realized it was that feeling of community. It was that feeling of love, y'all. Just love. Love was missing. Every time I would go into that place, I would just feel like something was missing. The people had bad attitudes. They weren't very friendly. They were very selfish, bossy, controlling. And then I migrated to another job where people would literally smile at you when you come in. People did what they had to do. They wasn't all in your business, crossing boundaries like the other job. Like, they just did what they had to do. And I had so much fun at the next job. And I feel like that's worth mentioning. Once you are able to learn these lessons and realize, I don't have to deal with this. I can actually, you know, be around people that actually like me and appreciate me and respect me. You know, that was the thing. I didn't feel respected. So once I learned my lesson, I was able to have fun. So my lesson has been to stand up for myself right then and there. And that's what I did this morning with that woman. And I'm very proud of myself because so many times I would wait until the last minute to finally be like, yo, that wasn't cool. Why was you talking to me like that? And don't do it again. And that's what I said to the woman today. I said, I'm not going to have this. That's what I said to her. I wasn't playing. Because when you are the family scapegoat, right? And you dealt with this mistreatment for years and years and years, you get so tired and you almost develop a hatred for people. You know, even though deep down inside you don't really hate people, you just are tired of being mistreated by them, right? And so that's too much blush. I know, don't even say nothing. And so I was tired. So I said, we're not gonna have this. Like, I can't have that. I can't have you disrespecting me. And I told her, I said, I've dealt with this at other jobs with older people. Yes, I use the term older people. You call it disrespectful, I don't care. I had another older lady who was a narcissist. I had attracted another narcissist because I had learned a lesson. You know, I had another older lady be like, you should not use the term older people because you're going to offend older people when you do that. Don't use the term older. And guess what I did? I used the term older people to another person and another person because I don't care. I don't care. I feel that a lot of older people can be very narcissistic because they have this complex where they think that because they're older that they're automatically right. They're like, I've been here longer than you, therefore I know more than you, I have more wisdom than you, shut up and just do what I say. And I'm an adult. That's not how you address an adult. Okay? So that's how I felt. And y'all, when I come at people, I say some things that make them feel uncomfortable. Okay? I really do. Because I get to a point where I just stop caring. I'm trying to get rid of this glare on my freaking glasses because of the light. But I said to her, I said, the way that you spoke to me was like you were speaking to a 3-year-old and telling them to pick up their toys. That's what I said to her. And I could see she got irritated. Like, she was very irritated that I said that, but I didn't care. Because I have the right to express how I feel. Because the woman came at me sideways over something that was partially her fault. And she knew, bro, you could when a person know they was wrong, and then they start getting nervous. That was her. She started to get nervous because she knew that she was wrong in the way that she spoke to me, and she knew that she wouldn't like it if I had spoke to her like that. So I called her out on everything. I said, the way that you spoke to me was like you was talking to a 3-year-old who needed to pick up their toys. And she did not like that. She did not like that. And then after I said all of that, guess how she was treating me? All nice. All nice. Oh, and a little too nice. You know, being fake. That's how people be. That's how people be up in this mug. I'm telling you. You gotta put people in their place. And there's been times, don't get me wrong, I did put people in their place at the library job, but I did it too late. I waited and let it all build up, and then, you know, and then the times, child, it's too much. It's too much. I can't even get into all of that like that. Put this on my lips real quick. Okay, so I done put my little black liner on. I can tell my lips is breaking out because my lips was low-key tingling. And that usually happens when I'm having an eczema breakout. If anybody has eczema and wears makeup and have any really good makeup recommendations for people with extremely sensitive skin or eczema, please put it in the comment section. Ooh, girly. I hardly ever do blue lipstick, like ever. Lately I just haven't really been feeling it like that. Lately I just been wanting to do more natural lip colors, but I feel a little creative. I feel a little artsy, you know. But yeah, the moral of the story is, at some point, if you were the family scapegoat, you're not going to be able to be a people pleaser for forever. And I'm telling you right now, you who watching this video, if you was a family scapegoat, pretty soon you're gonna be the leader of the pack. You went from being the scapegoat, punching bag, the person that nobody respected, to the main person that people respect. And I'm putting this light blue shimmer on over it to give it a, you know, I've never done this before. This is my first time doing this. Yes, I'm putting eyeshadow on my lips because this is the only option that I have. This is the only option that I have. Oh, my lips look good though. Oh, I could kiss myself. Yummy. I like that. It's very model-esque. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I keep on having these dizzy spells because I'm drinking coffee. Coffee seems to trigger my vertigo. I've been having vertigo, but it just makes it more intense. Let's do a little. Okay, it's different. I like it. It's fun. It's fun. It's not something that I would do all the time, but maybe like going out at the club, you know, going to the club. Hold on, let me put some earrings on. Girl, I look like somebody that should be on America's Next Top Model, honey. Yeah, so I know it's a lot. It's a lot. It's fun. It's like whatever. I'm not going out nowhere, y'all. I'm just literally just being cute, just for this video. I ain't even going nowhere. But yeah, y'all. If you've been a family scapegoat and you have been silenced, you know, and you have had trouble speaking up for yourself for most of your life, just know that you were born to be a leader. And at some point, you're not going to be able to keep up that people-pleasing facade, because that's really what it is at the end of the day. That's something that us family scapegoats and black sheeps and, you know, the family empath of the narcissistic narcissistic family attack or whatever, that's something that we have to face. You know, we have to do the shadow work. And within the shadow work, you will find that the people-pleasing version of you, that's not the real you. you're wearing a mask. And it's not genuine. It's not genuine. It's not authentic. You being a people pleaser is a way to get validation. And the lesson here is you don't need validation from anybody else outside of yourself. So when you keep trying to get validation from other people, wanting people to make you feel good, not wanting people to attack you all the time like they like to do, your family, or whoever the narcissist is in your life. I'm sorry, y'all, I am tired. I have been up since 5 o'clock. I've been having trouble going back to sleep. I'm telling y'all, when I told that lady off this morning, I didn't tell her off, but I kind of did. I put her in her place. I definitely put her in her place. It really gave me a massive boost of energy. That happened this morning. My shift ended at 7 a.m. and I tried to go back to sleep. I laid in the bed and I ended up laying in the bed for almost an hour. And because I just had so much energy, just me letting that out, it just gave me such a burst of energy. So I couldn't really go to sleep. So I drank some coffee. It's making me a little dizzy right now, but whatever. And I just decided I'm gonna be productive, because so many times I have laid in the bed trying to fall asleep and I wasted time. And I told myself, I'm not doing that today. I'm gonna get up and film and we will take a nap later. So yeah, if you were the family scapegoat, just know that it is your destiny to be a bully slayer. It is your destiny to speak up for the underdog, because that was you at one point. You were the one that was being belittled and mistreated, and you actually believed that you deserved it, because you were conditioned to feel that you didn't deserve respect, that you didn't deserve anything more than nasty, mean words, And so you're going to grow out of that. Realistically speaking, you're going to grow out of that belief the more you pour into yourself, and the more that you heal and go to therapy and journal and do all the things that you need to do to heal and to recover and to, once you do, you're going to grow out of that mindset that you don't deserve to speak. You're going to grow out of that, and eventually you're going to just start speaking your truth left and right. And it's going to take a lot of people by surprise, because they won't see it coming, because you are known as the nice guy or the nice girl. You were known as the people pleaser. You were known as the quiet, reserved one who is stuck in the shell of her trauma, right? Stuck in the shell of the trauma of, the trauma of just being attacked all the time. When you're part of a narcissistic family, you have a tendency to walk on eggshells all of the time, and you have severe anxiety, and you feel like you can't relax and you can't be yourself because you can't do anything right in their eyes, right? And so you start to subconsciously believe that, but you're going to grow out of that. At some point, you're going to think to yourself, you know what? The way that they treated me was wrong. I deserve to be comfortable and be relaxed at my new job. I deserve to manifest a good partner that is finally and for once not a narcissist. I deserve to be with a partner that's just as much an empathic healer and a light worker as I am. I deserve to, them words tasted good on my tongue, child. I like that. I really like that. And I'm loving the haircut with the color. I dyed this color a few days ago, and I'm loving it. Little ginger seed coming out. Yay. So, yeah, use your voice. You're not the family scapegoat no more. You a hero. Okay? You a hero, you a leader, you a warrior, you a soldier. You so much more than your family's punching bag. Okay? So own who you are. There is power in having had been the family scapegoat. There's power in that, because you can see through a narcissist BS. You can see through a predator's BS. You can see through You can see through people and see into their souls, and you can see their intentions because of that trauma that you face. So you're kind of a force to be reckoned with. I hate to break it to you. So embrace that. You deserve to embrace that. Okay? So give this video a thumbs up. Share it with your friends and your family. And love yourself. Self-love is the best love. One thing I've noticed before I exit this video is that a lot of the people that end up like really damaged in some kind of way, they really just didn't love themselves enough. You know? Yeah. Yeah. Self-love is the best love. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Says peace out. I know I need to get to my music. I know I need to get to. I know I need to get to the music.